this piece.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
Before us is a charming miniature desk of exceptional craftsmanship. This charming piece was inherited by the guest from her mother, a passionate collector of antiques.
It was just a piece. My father asked me what I wanted for Christmas this year, and this was one of her miniatures that she had, and this is the piece that I selected.
Adorning the miniature desk is beautifully crafted chased brass hardware. Upon inspection, the wood and fasteners reveal characteristic signs of age, including square nails and a worn patina, with hand-planed surfaces that evoke a bygone era. The presence of a handmade lock further supports the notion that this is an early piece. Inside, the drawer's craftsmanship and the presence of early rosehead nails confirms that this miniature desk is fully handmade.
What looks like a handmade lock, large size, they probably couldn't find one small enough for this.
Okay.
Examining the back, we find evidence of hand planing and a rich patina, hallmarks of a genuinely early piece. These characteristic signs of aging collectively point to an 18th century origin, specifically Boston, circa 1750s, and would command a retail value of
$5,000 to $7,000 for this piece.
That's terrific. Yeah, that's a beautiful piece.
Wonderful. Wow, I didn't expect that.
A 1958 Indianapolis Speedway flag, signed by 31 drivers, holds deep historical and personal significance. Marred by a first-lap crash involving Ed Elysian and Dick Rathman, the race resulted in Pat O'Connor's death. Despite the tragedy, the race continued, and Jimmy Bryan emerged as the winner. He signed the center spot of the flag, a unique placement that remains a mystery. Including 18 from racing dignitaries and former winners, the flag features a total of 49 signatures. At an estate sale, the guest bought the flag for $1,000 to $1,100 due to a connection to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pat O'Connor, aligning the tires on his soapbox derby car, highlights the guest's bond with racing. Today, this rare and sentimental piece is valued at
$10,000.
Wonderful. Wow, I didn't expect that.
You're kidding.
Not at all.
Over 30 years ago, the guest found a small guitar in a moldy case and mistook it for a child's. It turned out to be a valuable piece made by C.F. Martin and Company in Nazareth, Pennsylvania. Dating back to 1899, it's a Model 121 parlor-sized guitar, standard for adults then but smaller than modern guitars.
The number on the inside, Martin started serializing guitars in 1898, and this is the second year of serialization.
Measuring 12.5 inches across, it features a Brazilian rosewood back, a prized material used by Martin until 1969. Despite its time spent in a deteriorating case, the guitar remained in remarkable condition. Stains, probably from the wet case, have not significantly damaged it. Over more than a century, exceptional survival is a testament to its quality. This C.F. Martin guitar is valued in a retail setting between
$4,000 and $5,000.
You're kidding.
Not at all.
A rare and well-preserved baby nurser, a feeding device with a small hole for the baby to suck from. This unique item was a thoughtful gift from a friend, cherished for its historical significance and pristine condition. A smooth surface and unaltered condition define the nurser. This nurser boasts a handle adorned with a gracefully rolled edge.
It's great patina, but it's such a rare object.
Over time, it has acquired a rich, time-worn patina that speaks of its history. Its rarity turns it into a rare gem in the world of collectibles. Initially, its value was estimated at $495 based on an old article, but its current market value is much higher, ranging between
I think anybody would be thrilled to be able to purchase this for, $800 to $1,200.
Well, fantastic.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's not for sale? Oh, okay. That's wonderful. It's a fun piece to have.
Presented before us is a stunning blanket chest of exceptional beauty. The guest has inherited this beautiful piece from her grandmother, who had a discerning eye for antiques.
I can remember her going on antique trips out east, and Grandma and Grandpa would come back with a piece of furniture strapped on the top of their car.
With roots in the early 19th century, this chest is a genuine vintage treasure.
Okay.
And it's the last combination of a blanket chest that you see in the early 19th century that was based on the earlier forms, what people called a six-board chest.
What truly sets this piece apart is its exceptional paintwork. In an era of limited lighting, the paint's bright colors played a crucial role in brightening up homes. The drawers are adorned with beautiful brass pulls that had been hidden beneath a coat of paint.
They painted over the brass pulls, but you do think they're original?
Yeah, I do. And those are Hepplewhite style pulls, and that's right for this time period.
Some slight wear and tear is evident, with one foot being absent. If presented at a retail market today, this outstanding piece, in superb condition, would likely fetch
$2,500.
Oh, okay. That's wonderful. It's a fun piece to have.
Wow. I was thinking maybe a couple of hundred.
A beautifully crafted French silver service set, likely made in Paris in 1879, holds a rich history and intricate design. Consisting of over 200 pieces, the set was inherited by the guest and her sister from a friend. With shell motifs symbolizing the seashore where the couple met, the friends shared it was originally commissioned as a wedding gift. Despite a previous appraiser dismissing the set as insignificant, its true value was revealed upon further inspection. From dinner forks to teaspoons, the service includes a full array of utensils, many of which feature a stunning gilt wash. Notable items include a berry spoon and a small silver salt with a matching spoon, both adorned with a shell pattern. This set is both a functional piece for special occasions and an exquisite example of late 19th century craftsmanship. Far surpassing the modest expectation, at auction, it could fetch between
$10,000 to $12,000 at auction.
10 to 12,000? Wow. I was thinking maybe a couple of hundred.
A set of crystals, likely owned by Marilyn Monroe, holds significant sentimental and historical value. These crystals were given to Ralph Roberts, a close friend of Monroe, during a poignant moment in her life.
On the set of The Misfits with Marilyn. Right. And he did have a bit part in that film as an ambulance driver.
Roberts developed a long-standing friendship with Monroe after meeting her at the Strasbourg School in 1955. He received the crystals from Monroe while helping her retrieve belongings after her separation from Arthur Miller. Roberts received the crystals with affection and later gifted them to a friend, along with a notarized letter and photo. Possibly from a chandelier in Monroe's apartment, the crystals were arranged by her into a heart shape. These crystals' connection to Monroe adds significant value, elevating them beyond mere objects. With the surge in demand for Marilyn Monroe memorabilia since 1999, these crystals are now valued between.
So because they're Marilyn Monroe's at auction, we would probably put an estimate of $2,000 to $3,000 on this little group of crystals. Oh, gosh.
A Civil War rifle, bearing the mark South Carolina on its plating, has been a family heirloom since at least 1912. Crafted by Whitney in New Haven, Connecticut, this rifle predates the Civil War, dating back to around 1810. Associated with Eli Whitney, the Whitney Company supplied weapons to South Carolina in the early 19th century. The rifle's distinctive SO Carolina marking and the 28th design stamp highlight its South Carolina origin. Originally a flintlock musket, the rifle was converted to a percussion system, a common Civil War era upgrade. This conversion, known as a drum style, is typical of Confederate adaptations. Described as attic mint with minimal cleaning, enhances its value. The rifle's exceptional condition, unique features, and provenance of the piece suggest a retail value between.
Retail value on this gun would be between $6,000 and $8,000.
What? $6,000 and $8,000?
A stunning Aldro Hibbard winter painting was recently found in the attic of the Mather School. This historic school, the oldest elementary school in America, became the backdrop for this remarkable find. Hibbard, a native of Falmouth who grew up in Dorchester, made a significant impact on the Boston art scene. He was a teacher at Boston University and a founder of the Rockport Art Association. The Vermont winter scene showcases Hibbard's mastery of snow with nuanced color and light, reflecting his mid-career prowess.
Artist paints snow, and it's just white paint. Aldro Hibbard paints snow, and it's snow.
At Parkman House, the official residence of the mayor of Boston, the artwork has been prominently displayed, framed under glass and encased in a hand-carved frame. The painting remains in excellent condition, making it a valuable addition to the city's art collection. Its appraisal value ranges from
$45,000 and $50,000. Yes.
45 and 50,000, huh?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
A violin, purchased in 1962 for $1,200, was believed to be an early 18th century instrument from southern France or northern Italy. However, recent findings reveal its true origins. Exceptional craftsmanship defines this early 19th century Cooper's School violin from the Netherlands, indicating Hendrik Willems from 1728. The label inside was determined to be a false label, added later. Evident in the violin's varnish and purfling is the distinctive style of the Dutch school.
Underneath the varnish. And that over time creates this kind of dry, scaly look.
Originally intended to support a promising music career, the violin was later identified as a late 19th century reproduction. Initially valued at around $2,000, the violin's worth was thought to be modest. With its spruce belly and beautifully flamed maple back, the violin now holds a conservative retail value of
$5,000.
Oh, great. That's a lot more than I thought it was. Well, thank you very much for that good news.
About 40 years ago, a family found an Edward Mitchell Bannister painting at a New York flea market while furnishing a second home. Edward Mitchell Bannister, the first African-American artist to gain national recognition, created the painting. Bannister, born in 1828 in Canada, settled in Providence, Rhode Island, and painted this in 1879. His early life was marked by hardship, including the loss of his parents before he was 16. Bannister's marriage to a New York businesswoman provided the financial stability needed to fully pursue his art. Bannister's evocative landscapes and cattle, influenced by the French Barbizon school, reflect his deep empathy with nature.
The Impressionists, and you can see the Impressionist style painting here. It's very, very evocative.
Characteristic of his style, the painting exhibits some minor dents and scratches, but is still in remarkable condition. Though the family initially paid a modest amount for the painting, its value at auction is now estimated between
say $6,000 to $10,000.
Yeah.
A beautifully complex pot crafted by the renowned Native American potter Maria Martinez stands out as a true work of art. Creating a striking black-on-black effect, the pot features a shiny black surface with matte black designs. Unlike many of her other pieces, with numbers in the hundreds, this particular pot is considered one of her finest creations. It was acquired by the guest's grandmother, directly from Martinez, adding a personal connection to its value. Maria Martinez is celebrated for her innovative revival of traditional Pueblo pottery techniques, making it a rare and treasured piece. The pot's intricate design and exceptional craftsmanship set it apart. This pot embodies Maria Martinez's artistry and significant cultural heritage. If it were to be auctioned today, its value could easily start at
$40,000. I think it could also bring as high as $60,000.
Right.
A set of Mardi Gras float designs from 1892, representing early carnival artistry, was passed down to a New Orleans family. Active in New Orleans since 1857, the Comus crew is the source of these historic designs. They reflect crew's tradition of themed floats, known for their elaborate and imaginative designs. Typical themes encompassed mythological and historical subjects. These were passed from a great-aunt to the guest's mother, and then to the guest for her first apartment. These original float designs are now rare and highly valued. Unlike contemporary Mardi Gras art, created in 3D and from models, these early drawings are unique and charming. Though the exact artist remains unknown, the total insurance value is estimated to be.
So if I was to insure them, I would put a value of $3,000 on them.
Wow, that's incredible.
In 1982, at a rainy and cold auction, a couple acquired a late 19th century Cuba rug for just $12.
I was approached by the lady bidding against me, and she bought the ugly buffaloes and gave me $6.
So that reduced your cost to $6?
That's right.
Mistakenly labeled as a lesser quality souvenir, the rug was part of a lot of unattractive buffalo-themed items. This Cuba rug, woven in the Caucasus region of southwestern Russia, is a notable example of 19th century village rug artistry. Originating from a design tradition that dates back to the 17th century, the rug features bright synthetic dyes. These dyes, pink and orange, indicate its late 19th century origin. Showcasing their youthful vibrancy, the back of the rug reveals a vibrant burst of colours, but over time, the colours have softened due to fading, and the rug shows some wear that could be restored. After cleaning and minor restoration, it is estimated to be worth between
$3,000 and $3,500.
That's very nice.
The showstopper today is a gorgeous picture with a glaze that's nothing short of spectacular. Originally part of a dear family friend's collection, the picture was inherited by the guest from her aunt.
I've had it approximately 7 or 8 years. I liked the fact that it had a dog for a handle.
The picture boasts a charming dog-shaped handle, a design that originated with the English company Phillips and Baxter in the 1820s. In 1828 or 1829, the D.J. Henderson Company of Jersey City featured a hound-handled picture in this style at the American Institute exhibition. A fox hunt scene is depicted on the sides, but it's difficult to discern due to the glaze. This picture features a Rockingham glaze, which is essentially a clear glaze, tinted with manganese to achieve a brown hue. Dating to around 1840 to 1845, this piece coincides with the introduction of Rockingham glaze to the American market. Located at the base is an eagle mark, accompanied by a faint inscription that reads Bromley, Cincinnati, which would place its auction value at
$2,000, $3,000, probably around $2,800 realistically, something like that. What do you think of that?
Fabulous.
This guest showcased a handgun that belonged to his grandfather, who was a sheriff.
He was the sheriff for a few years until his wife made him quit because it was dangerous.
He also presented a revolver that originally belonged to his grandmother. Interestingly, both firearms were made by the Colt Firearm Company. The handgun is a Colt single-action army revolver, 38 to 40 caliber, introduced in the late 19th century. In an auction setting, a firearm like this would be valued at
about $3,500.
The second firearm is a Colt Model 1877 double-action revolver, 41 caliber. This revolver features elaborate factory engraving across its surface. At auction, this firearm could be expected to fetch a price of
$15,000.
Additionally, the revolver comes with a matching holster and gun belt. Together, this vintage revolver and its holster would be worth
$3,000.
That's pretty amazing.
Our guest today was gifted the displayed items by her father-in-law, who was a chiropractor.
And he had a wonderful patient, and she had worked as a nurse in the pediatric ward. She collected hundreds and hundreds of dolls, and when she passed away, in her will, she gave all the dolls to my father-in-law, Leroy.
These items are known as the Three Little Pigs, and they were made by the Madame Alexander Doll Company in 1939. Madame Alexander is an American manufacturer of collectible dolls, founded in 1923.
Madame Alexander was a prolific doll maker and still is. There are millions and millions of Dion quintuplets out on the market.
The dolls are made of composition and still retain their original costumes. When one of the dolls is turned around, we can see the maker's original label bearing the name on its back. Additionally, the doll's original gloves, shoes, and hats remain intact. It is rare to find dolls like these in such good condition. Given the rarity and desirability of Madame Alexander dolls, each of these dolls would be worth
$750 a piece.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful.
Very nice treasure.
Thank you.
On display today is a breathtakingly elegant lamp that embodies the essence of the Art Nouveau style. The guest acquired this treasured possession from her father's collection, which she inherited after his passing.
Never thought much of this, but my husband just loved it. And so I told my mom that Bill really, really loved the lamp, and she knew he'd appreciate it, so she gave it to us.
Originating from 19th century France, this lamp's exquisite shade is decorated with pink swans, a design element repeated on its base. It's probable that the shade was crafted by a prestigious French maker, possibly the Dorme factory or Pantin, known for their exceptional quality. Though this piece is unsigned, it's not uncommon, as both Dorme and Pantin factories often created shades for various lamp companies. To produce this shade, artisans employed a multi-step process, blowing the glass into a mold and then using acid etching to create the pattern, and finished with enamel decorations. Removing the decorative fringe exposes a curved line that runs along the outer edge of the shade. Should this remarkable lamp be sold, its worth would be in the range of...
Would probably fetch in the $2,000 to $3,000 range.
Originally, the displayed pair of dolls belonged to the guest's father, who purchased them in 1938. These dolls were made to resemble the Lone Ranger and Tonto characters. The Lone Ranger is a fictional masked former Texas Ranger. He fought outlaws in the American Old West alongside his Native American friend, Tonto. Interestingly, these dolls came with many accessories, including the original string tag and Tonto's rubber knife. Additionally, these dolls are crafted from composition material. We also have remains of the original box in which these dolls were purchased. Considering that these dolls still possess their original accessories, they are estimated to be worth...
Easily bring $2,000. Wow.
About 25 years ago, this guest purchased this pair of vases at an estate auction. They were made circa 1880, during a time when Middle East and Far Eastern revival styles were popular throughout Europe.
And anything Persian or Egyptian or Japanese or Chinese was very trendy at that particular time.
The porcelain resembles enamel work and is hand-painted. When examining the panels on the vase, we can see beautifully painted leaves in vibrant colours. There are also small figural subjects depicted in boats or on meadows, enhanced with gilding. The vases also feature finely tooled gilt bronze mounts. At the base of the vases, onyx pads have been incorporated. Each of these beautifully painted vases, if placed in an auction, would be worth
$8,000 and $12,000.
Oh, that's
so you did really well.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Would that be for the pair?
That would be for the pair. Very important. Always keep them together as a pair.
Yes, I will.
For many years, this item has been a cherished piece in the guest's family.
I think my grandmother had it in 1918 or 1920. It's been passed down through my family to my mother and then to me.
This item is a plaque titled Ruth, crafted in Berlin by the Ceramic Porcelain Manufacturer. This plaque is hand-painted and signed in the lower right corner by R. Dietrich. Dietrich is believed to have worked as a china painter in Vienna, specializing in reproductions of Ruth in the cornfield. Additionally, the artist's name is also visible on the back of the piece, further enhancing its authenticity. The subject of this painting is a woman holding what appears to be greenery. Remarkably, the painting has remained in very good condition. This beautifully painted plaque is expected to fetch an auction price of
$5,000 to $7,000
Really?
range. Yes.
Really?
This guest inherited this piece from his grandfather, who passed away in 1964. The guest's father purchased the hanging shade directly from its maker, Tiffany Studios. Also on display is the receipt that was issued at the time of purchase.
At the time, you picked the cost.
90, and so that was the dining room lamp.
That was the dining room lamp.
Additionally, the guest presented a photograph of his grandfather, with the hanging shade visible in the background. The lampshade features its original patina and hardware, both of which are rare.
Many times when people removed hanging Tiffany shades from homes, they took the shade and they left the hardware behind.
This item is known as a turtleback glass lamp, named after its turtleback design. There are no visible signs of wear on the hanging shade, further enhancing its value. At auction, this Tiffany hanging shade, with its hardware intact, would be valued at
$150,000.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not.
Presented here is a beautifully crafted pewter inkwell. The guest and his wife acquired this piece through a successful auction bid. Despite bearing the Bassett mark at its base, this piece is actually a counterfeit replica of Frederick Bassett's renowned works.
Things that's good on the show is to learn what a fake is.
Right.
And this is a fake.
Okay.
I want to tell you that off the bat.
Good.
So
Well, I'm glad you did, because that's what I wanted to know.
A key giveaway that this is a counterfeit is its anomalous lead percentage, which falls short of the standard found in authentic Bassett pieces. It appears that this piece was created by reworking the dome from an existing item.
Maybe from the 1820s or something, or early 19th century. And it's probably been reconfigured into an inkwell.
The The forgers meticulously recreated the Bassett hallmark on the bottom.
Letters are black letters, and on the fake marks, they're just a little too stiff. These ridges of the mark are very thick. Do you see all these lines from the flowers? And on the eagle, it almost looks like a decal.
Okay. To enhance the illusion of age, they deliberately added subtle wear to the logo. As a fake, the piece's value has been significantly diminished, resulting in an auction estimate of...
You want it still about $250 to $300, okay? So...
truly exceptional satchel, exemplifying outstanding craftsmanship, is featured today. It was kindly donated to the guest's philanthropic endeavor, a women's boutique with a charitable mission.
I don't know if it's jade or if it's plastic or bakelite or something. And I'm assuming handmade little beads, and that's about it.
A decorative drawstring looped through green ring hardware adds a touch of elegance to this satchel,
which correspond to the green beads and the bead to here with the tassel part.
Dating back to circa 1915, this piece, although unmarked, is likely of American origin. Adorning the satchel are dangling flaps and ornaments crafted from a vibrant green onyx material. Upon closer inspection, the tiny edging reveals itself to be diamond encrusted. Natural pearls are the sole material used to create the body of this stunning satchel. If brought to auction, this remarkable piece is expected to realize a value of
$6,000 and $8,000.
I always wondered if people were faking it when they were so speechless with a price, but now I know. Really?
A stunning exhibition of original cartoon masterpieces is on display today. The guest's father passed down this extraordinary collection to her.
Ask somebody, either at the newspaper or from the artist himself, for some examples of how the pen and ink was put together.
Both pieces are exemplary examples of Winsor McCay's groundbreaking artistry. Winsor McCay was a visionary artist who breathed life into the world of comics and animation. Born in 1869 in Spring Lake, Michigan, McCay's creative journey began at a young age, fueled by his passion for drawing and storytelling.
Ever to do animation when he did a series called Gertie the Dinosaur. Just a phenomenal, groundbreaking event.
He was commissioned by the Herald to create this iconic piece, Dream of the Rarebit Fiend.
The editor of the Herald insisted that he not use his name on that piece, so he signed them all Silas.
In 1905, McCay created Little Nemo in Slumberland, a surreal and enchanting comic strip that transports readers to a dream world of wonder and magic. These masterpieces are remarkably well preserved, and their rarity on the market elevates their worth, with a combined auction estimate of
roughly $25,000 to $38,000 on a high estimate. And I wouldn't be surprised to see them bring every bit of that, because the comic market and the comic art market is still an extremely hot market.
A painting by John Haberly, a renowned Trompe-l'oeil artist from New Haven, Connecticut, was presented. Known for his trompe-l'oeil paintings, Haberly followed the tradition of American artists like Harnett and Peto. Though lacking the precision of his earlier work, the painting still captures Haberly's characteristic humor and appeal. Haberly's declining eyesight later in life altered his technique and limited his output, raising the value of his work. This painting has been in the family since the 1970s, when it was retrieved from Haberly's house in New Haven. Along with the painting, a collection of his sketches was also presented. Haberly's peak period, the 1880s sketches, were partially dismantled by his daughter, Vera, and stored in plastic sheets.
Really interested in art history, would love to see them all kept together, and ideally that would be the best situation.
A collective value of the John Haberly painting and sketches were estimated at approximately
An insurance value on your painting of approximately $30,000. Happy to have it. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
A unique figure, once belonged to a friend, was discovered among items cleared from an attic.
And a few other pieces.
Was there any reason why you kept this one?
Not really. I just kind of liked it. It was kind of different, and
although it appeared old and intriguing, its true value was still being determined. Identified as a collectible piece from New Mexico, the piece was of significant value. It was made by the Cochiti Pueblo people near Santa Fe around 1890 to 1900. These figures were originally crafted to sell to tourists and were commonly found at train stations for as little as a quarter. Intricate patterns, decorative birds on the front and a detailed pattern on the back enhance the figure's full-size design. Despite having a broken foot, the figure's design and historical significance contribute to its collectible value. If sold at a gallery in Santa Fe, its value would range between.
If this was to come up for sale in a gallery in Santa Fe, it would bring somewhere $3,000 to $5,000.
You're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding.
A painting titled Moonshiners by New Haven artist Winfried Rembert was revealed. This piece is a handcrafted, tooled painting on leather, showcasing Rembert's distinctive style and subject matter. Born in 1945 in Americus, Georgia, the artist had a tumultuous life, marked by his experiences in the Jim Crow South. His struggles included a harrowing encounter with racial violence and 7 years of imprisonment.
Hung upside down and assaulted, mutilated.
Rembert, who learned leather tooling in prison, began creating art later in life that deeply reflects his history and struggles. In 2001, a former PBS executive producer bought this moonshiner painting directly from Rembert's New Haven home. Originally bought for $1,200, this painting is now highly valued in the art world. Rembert's work, including Moonshiners, has become increasingly sought after, with its value estimated between
$100,000 and $125,000.
Are you serious?
Wow.
2 vases, inherited by the guest from his parents, trace their origins to Hungary. His father fled Hungary during the Nazi occupation, despite their non-practicing Jewish background. These belong to the guest's great-aunt, a violinist who left Hungary for Paris before World War II and later brought them to the US. Both vases were made by the renowned Hungarian company, Zone, located in Pécs. One vase, with a raised Zone Pécs mark, dates back to between 1898 and 1900. Its design, characterized by a French-inspired crystalline glaze and Egyptian influences, makes it unique.
Even though it is so rare or we've never seen it before, it's not what Zolnay collectors are looking for.
Featuring a more classic Zone design with Islamic and English influences, the second vase dates to between 1891 and 1895. Together, these vases are valued at approximately
$5,000 and $8,000.
Wow, that exceeds my expectations greatly.
A rare and intriguing item from Blackpool, a Royal Doulton spook figure captures attention with its eerie design. This small figure resembles Dracula, with his wings folded around him and his mouth visible. It stands out due to its unusual and spooky appearance. Primarily coloured in a greyish-black hue, it enhances its mysterious and gothic allure.
He's seen them come up for sale before in different colourways.
Yes, exactly.
Different colourways.
This particular piece is a rarity, even among Royal Doulton collectors, making it a unique find. The limited availability and unique design of the spook figure raises its value. This piece highlights Royal Doulton's diversity and makes for a captivating addition to any collection. This spooky little thing is estimated to fetch around.
I mean, what are you thinking of getting? 200? Hopefully, maybe 3.
2 Chinese paintings, ink and gouache on silk, were purchased together for $12.99 each at a thrift store roughly 5 years ago.
There is a sticker on the back that mentions an age. Over 100 years old.
One painting, dated around 1800 and attributed to the artist, Kui Lan, features intricate details of peonies, butterflies and bees. These elements weave a tapestry of nature's harmony and fortune, celebrating life's auspicious balance. Despite its serious condition issues, including tears and restorations, this piece is still highly valued. The second painting was produced around 1900 and styled after the Song Dynasty Emperor, Huizong. It is in better condition, however, it lacks the historical significance of the older piece. Compared to the newer pieces, older paintings are far more valuable because of their age and historical significance. A collective value of both paintings is estimated between
$4,000 to $6,000. That's cool. Yes, I'm excited about that.
2 tapestries woven by Kama Zethraus, a prominent weaver for Dorothy Lieb Studios, showcased her unique artistry. Titled George and the Dragon, the first piece is believed to be from the late 1940s or early 1950s. It incorporates lurex, a metallic thread invented in 1946.
It was only invented in 1946. It is a metallic substance that is then sandwiched in plastic, effectively.
This tapestry combines modern materials with classic themes, showcasing Zethraus's blend of styles. Depicting Danish scenes with runestones and heather, the second tapestry is thought to be from the 1970s. This work illustrates a shift in Zethraus's focus to more abstract, marketable designs of the era, featuring varied textures and yarns. They represent significant examples of fiber art, reflecting Zethraus's evolution as an artist and her contributions to textile and art. Both tapestries are valued conservatively at
$1,000 to $1,500 each.
Okay.
Unbound Edward Curtis volume from the 1920s shows Western Alaska, including Nunivak Island and Kotzebue. This collection holds personal significance as it includes images of the guest's hometown and people he knew. Among the photographs is a surprising image of his adoptive mother, Priscilla Hensley, also known as Nonyever in Inupiaq. Acquired in San Francisco from an antiquarian bookshop many years ago, the volume was purchased at a modest price. It showcases Curtis's work, capturing authentic scenes and traditional practices.
With sealskin, and the women were able to sew a seamless stitch that did not leak.
These are noted for their genuine portrayal of the Inupiat way of life, such as traditional sealskin containers used for storing food. Curtis's volumes are highly valued, with certain well-known images reaching tens of thousands of dollars. At auction, the volume, which is from Curtis's larger body of work, could fetch around
$10,000 at auction if everything is in really good condition, which I think that they are.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
In the early 1960s, a credenza, or sideboard, designed and fabricated by Paul Evans, was purchased by the guest's family.
Into the 80s and sadly died very young at 55 years old in 1987.
This striking piece of furniture, also an art object, was mounted directly on the wall of their New York City apartment for years. Crafted in 1968, this unique piece features a deep relief design with vibrant red and other bold colors. Paul Evans, celebrated for his avant-garde approach for furniture design, honed his craft at prominent institutions such as Cranbrook. Following his studies, he embarked on a unique journey, working at Sturbridge Village and further shaping his innovative style. Evans' New Hope, Pennsylvania workshop was renowned for its innovative, one-of-a-kind furniture pieces like this credenza. Evans' significant impact on mid-20th century design and the unique craftsmanship is evident in the piece. Though bought modestly in the 1960s, the credenza's current market value is estimated between...
Right. Well, we would put an auction estimate on this in the $25,000 to $35,000 range.
A fine example of a Black Forest piece, this wood carving beautifully captures a maidenhood allegory carved from a single block of wood. The piece depicts a young maiden joyfully feeding her chickens. The artist's detail animates the scene with a bird perched on her shoulder and a goose tugging at her dress. Tiny chicks gather around her feet, eagerly anticipating their meal. Portraying a serene maiden amidst lively pastoral scenes, the carving exudes warmth and charm. Despite its anonymous origin, the craftsmanship reflects a deep mastery of both material and subject. Inspired by his brother Vernon's wood carvings, the guest valued this piece for its craftsmanship.
And I enjoyed helping him, and I knew what work it took to do this.
A testament to its exceptional quality, the piece is conservatively valued between
$4,000 to $6,000.
Well, that's great.
A Civil War rifle that has been in the family since 1912 is brought for appraisal. Apparently, the gun has lived through different times because it was made in New Haven, Connecticut, as seen on the lot plate. And in the back behind the hammer, we have the United States. So, it was made by Whitney in New Haven, Connecticut, the same company owned by Eli Whitney, who is credited for inventing the cotton gin. An interesting thing about this gun is where it went, which is inscribed on the back as S.O. Carolina, indicating that Whitney had contracts with the state of South Carolina to supply them weapons. The gun predates the Civil War, about 1810. It shows the state it went to, and a design stamped on it says 28th. This gun is what collectors call attic mint because unlike other guns, it has to be kept in an attic of some sorts. Moreover, the gun originally came out as flintlock, but has been converted to a percussion system, which substantially affects its value. It is a smoothbore 69 caliber musket with a drum-style conversion that fits the South Carolina style, and the hand-fringed hammer is often referred to as a Confederate conversion. Without the South Carolina mark, this gun would be worth $1,500, but with the mark, even in its present condition, a retail value on it would be
$6,000 and $8,000.
What? $6,000 and $8,000?
And I think that's a little conservative.
Wow, I'm amazed, totally amazed.